The Rams on Monday Night Football on the doubleheader here, 19-16, and the most important thing, guys, Jamar Chase back in form. We saw Joe Burrow leaning on Jamar Chase. We saw Jamar Chase lined up all over the field. He played in the slot. He played outside. He ends up with 12 catches, 141 yards. That is more receptions and receiving yards in Week 3 than Weeks 1 and 2 combined. I think for all of the fear, Jay, about Jamar Chase, that's out of the way. But the Joe Burrow fear is not. Are you still concerned about Joe Burrow just playing through this calf injury right now?
Yeah, very concerned. He clearly wasn't Joe Burrow. He couldn't push into his throws. He wasn't throwing down the field. But they still threw the ball 49 times, so I didn't really understand. But the fact that he was throwing with that much volume and he got through the game. And here's the thing with Joe Burrow. Their next 3 games, at Tennessee, at Arizona, Seattle, and then the bye week. He just needs to survive those 3 games, and they're going to be favored in all of them. 3 favorable matchups. Then if he can just get through that and then get healthier in the bye, he should be a monster the second half of the season.
Again, just like Deshaun Watson got right against the Titans, I think Joe Burrow gets right against the Titans. So if you want, I still think he's a buy low candidate. I still believe in the overall talent and the talent of that offense. So your chance to buy low is basically this week. By the way, so Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, both guys that it's worth investing in. Much like they've invested in FantasyLife.com, just in case you're clear. They're both proud Fantasy Life investors.
Is Puka Nacua an investor in Fantasy Life?
He is not yet, but we will reach out to him. I would certainly like to invest in him more than I already have, and you know I love me some Puka Nacua. Look, his worst, this was crazy, 5 for 72, and that's his worst game of the season by far. Actually should have had a touchdown. That last throw was underthrown as well. But still, he played the most. He played the most snaps. He ran the most routes among all the Rams wide receivers in Week 3. Played 96% of the snaps. And you think about their upcoming schedule: the Rams at the Colts, home to Philadelphia, home to Arizona, home to Pittsburgh. I mean, like both the Colts and Eagles are top 10 in terms of most fantasy points allowed to opposing wide receivers this season. So it felt like the Bengals made an effort to take away Puka Nacua, and yet they still were able to get a usable game. I mean, like, if 5 for 72 is his floor, all in on Puka Nacua as if I wasn't. Worth mentioning very quickly in this game, Tutu Atwell, 450 and a touchdown. He got 9 targets. He gives them that speed that they just don't have. They also use him in the backfield. He got 1 rush for 22. He's another guy that
I don't think he's going away.
I don't think so.
People are kind of, when is Cooper come? I think Tutu Atwell's role is Tutu Atwell's role. They drafted him on day 2 of the draft a couple years ago because they needed speed in the offense. He's finally ready.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting whether he'll be fantasy. I don't know if this offense is going to be good enough to support 3 fantasy viable wide receivers.
As well as Tyler Higbee.
And then you've also got Tyler Higbee there, but feels like he'll have the Van Jefferson role, just that, the clear out role, which will be some spike plays. But at least for next week when they play the Colts, Tutu Atwell on your radar as well. Last thing I just want to mention here, Kyren Williams, 100% snap share. Literally did not come off the field. So not a massive game for Kyren, and the weird, Stafford just couldn't dump it down to him. It was so weird. Like, you're like, that should be the easiest throw, and it wasn't, but whatever. You'll love to see that usage from Williams. Better days ahead for him.
The odd bad Stafford game in Week 3. We'll see if he bounces back in Week 4.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.